All right, Drake, my guy, welcome to the interview show, I guess we can call it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah,
ask
yeah.
you a few questions about your process and your experience overall with Mind Your Movement. So getting right into it, actually, first, tell us a little bit more about your athletic background and who you are and stuff like that that's relevant here.
Yeah, so I am a industrial engineer major at Georgia Tech. I'm a third year. I have done track and cross country for my entire life. Starting when I was 5, I go on runs with my mom and my dad, and it's kind of just been ingrained in me to exercise. I found myself with tendonitis freshman year of college, and I ended up finding Stefan online, and it was perfect timing because I was injured and he got me right real quick. So that's my background. That's how I'm here.
Let's go. That's dope, man. So, what was your situation? I know you said you had the tendonitis rather, but just walk us through your situation right before we started working together.
Yeah, so I had mono. Mono is just, it never treats you right. It caused a ton of mental and physical stress. I continued to attempt to exercise and challenge myself to stay outside, but that combined with the tendonitis led me to have a loss of just morality. It really affected me emotionally. I ended up being the saddest I've ever been, fell into a bit of a depression, and you're just not able to engage in everyday activity anymore, which is kind of the essence of being a human. So I struggled for a while, but I found Stefan again, and then progress. It just my mindset and my physical body stature completely pivoted, posture, everything.
Yeah, bro, the transformation was absurd. Like literally just
Yeah.
looking at you and like your energy from now to before, it's actually like you're a different human. So, that being said, what made you decide to invest in the program?
That's a great question. Um, Obviously, initially there was a start price compared to those $25 programs you'll find online that are made by quote artificial intelligence, AI, whatever it is. They could even put PhD, I mean, maybe not even PhD, but it'll be like they went to school and got their major in nutrition or something, right? So it has some validity. Those programs are all they never diverge to any true gain. They end up with you feeling the same after you invest a ton of time on your own. So, seeing your program and actually seeing the price difference made me, it was your approach that brought me in. And then I think the price difference initially threw me back, but there's a reason, you know? So, I took the chance and I went with it because at the end of the day, people can play this run around the bush game all day. They can continue to find these cheap programs and complain about the ones that are expensive. But if we want to cut straight to the truth, you need a new solution. And I'm not talking to you, Stefan. I'm talking to most people who are out there who need help with their health, right? You're not going to find that just on the side of the street, right? You need to find someone who's looked at the root and has like actually tried to find this single source of truth, and that's you. Um, yeah,
Definitely, man. Definitely. So, walk us through. Did you actually do some? I think you told us you did ATG before.
I did. Yes, sir. I did ATG and a few other apps that I had on my phone. ATG, I, and it's a mindset thing. Looking back at my past person, I did ATG and never realized that working on all of the external parts of your body will not benefit you over time because you're not realizing the main challenge, which is in your hips and your abdomen not properly turning on and building tension, which can release your rib cage from flaring up. All of those things are not taught in the ATG program or in any program for that matter. Most programs will put you on exercises and they claim this is the way to go with no reasoning. It's like if I'm sentenced for 10 years in jail, me just going in without a lawyer who does no explanation for me. I'm going to be guilty and there is no way around it. I'm screwing myself for the long run. It might be worth my time to invest in someone who can explain what is going on to the judge, right? That's how I view Mind Your Movement versus other programs.
Definitely, man. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense for sure. And that's why we go as in depth as we do. So, yeah, man. Okay. So, that being said, like you started with the tendonitis. you had just a general like just depression that was going on through you. And you obviously weren't able to run and do the activities that you really love to do the way that you wanted to do them. So what has changed between then and now? And yeah, I'll just start there. What has changed from then and now?
I think then I would do workouts with no intention. I realized that form is a focal point, but I would never perform any form of like reformation. So whenever I come into workouts now, and whenever I walk around, everything has changed. My intention when I walk, my ability to understand that my pelvis is tilting upwards on one side and that I now have the cue to lower it. I've realized all these things through Mind Your Movement. And beforehand, there was just no awareness put into the posture, the positions I endure when I exercise. Having that realization is like a focal point of Mind Your Movement and just like evolving as a human being. You know, being able to come back to the breath, understanding that your only connection that you have in this world outside of other organisms is with your own self. But most people don't have that. They constantly displace negative energy and associate it with other things. But the root of the challenge is you never just come back to the breath and allow that dopamine to reset. Understanding where those challenges come from. The therapist won't find it for you. It's exactly like what you said with proprioception. You want to find your challenges, you have to look within yourself. You can attempt to hire $1 million worth of self-help resources online, whether that's an app or a trainer. But if somebody can guide you, and then you can now have the realization to be like, whoa, okay, this is the challenge. I'm now aware about this. That's how you pivot in a better direction. And that's what, like, all of my life, I wake up daily and I just have more cues, more intention, posture positions. Everything has changed since I began this. Like, truly, it's beyond words.
That's what's up, man. I love to hear that, bro. And again, like your transformation is astounding. Like I'm still speechless with it. That being said, like what's like so you explained the things that changed, the things that you took on to be able to get the results that you did. But now talk a little bit more about the results. Like where are you at athletically, for instance?
Yeah, that's a great question. So 2 months ago, I ran a half marathon in 1:30:15, which is an average sub 7 pace. And just to put that in an athletic like determiner for most people who aren't like doing track and aren't in the like the community, that's an incredible time. Like that was a time that blew my mind away. I was expected myself to run at around 1:45-ish, and I just performed out of bounds what I ever thought was possible for my age. Not only that, but I can go engage in an everyday athletic activity such as basketball and not have any pain. And I've talked like I go to the gym and I'll see so many people popping aspirin and complaining about their tendons or some muscle tightening. And I just get to sit there and smile and also provide some assistance, of course. Hey, try this, maybe do this. But just I am a very I don't have pain when I do athletic activities just because I have this base that I've built up for myself from the pyramid that you've gone over in past lessons.
That's what's up, man. And so now, how do you feel about your next challenges in life, athletics, with your body or whatever, with this newfound knowledge that you have now?
Um I honestly feel a sense of not contentment but like comfort, understanding that if I can continue to build this base and have a great relationship with this community, I should be okay to engage in like any activity. I want to run a marathon one day. I'd love to dunk. And I've realized that these aren't explicit goals, you know? They all revolve around me building my pyramid up. Stefan is able to dunk and also run extremely quickly because he's built enough of a base up. It doesn't come from him practicing sprints for 8 months on end and then doing those jumps. I don't know what machine it's called, the Vertimax. Like that's good, but it's not gonna get you where you need to go. That's some slow momentum compared to engaging in this program.
Yeah, the foundation
So
is really key.
it's literally everything. So yeah, I feel very happy knowing that I've found this at such a young age, and I hope that more people in this world can as well.
Yeah, hopefully that's the mission for sure. So tell me this, Drake. What would have happened if you decided to do nothing about your situation back then?
In true reality, worst case, I think I may have dropped out of tech. You know, a lot of your life is correlated to how you feel physically because it's a direct determiner to how you feel mentally. And if I was never able to perform properly again after having that one injury, like the QB from high school, oh, back in my day, it's like I never want to live my life in the past like that. I mean, that could have been what happened. I peaked and never performed that way again.
Yeah, man, that's some deep stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, dude. Well, last question here. If somebody's on the fence working with us, what would you tell them?
Jump over it. I mean, seriously, drop down and take the time to talk to Stefan and get a few workouts in. Like, seriously, there's no problem with trying a 4 week program, especially you offered a 1 week free. Why not do those programs and do it with intention, and you'll see the results for yourself. I mean, you'll find it pretty fast that you have those gains and they come quick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, appreciate you, Drake. That's about it for the little interview here. So, any last words or last sentiments before we dip out?
Again, to anyone on the fence, join the Mind Your Movement community. There's no question. I've been a part of this for 2 years now, and I've only had my health increase. And when I have questions, it's an open community. I can talk to Stefan, I can hop on a call. Regardless of how busy he is, he makes time for each of his members, which is just as much important. I mean, he places importance on all people, which I'm appreciative of. So
Yes, sir. All right,
join
appreciate
up.
that, Drake. For
Yeah.
sure. Like really, really appreciate the kind words, and hopefully the people watching this soak that all in and decide to make that leap if it feels right, of course. So we'll see everybody on the next one, but until now, we'll dip.
All right. See you guys.